So I'm going to show you everything that comes in the kit, and I'm going to probably just put it through a time lapse so you can watch me tear it apart. If there's anything I think you guys need to know, then I'll stop. I'll explain it in the video, but I'm going to tell you how this works. I also got these headers here. Okay, this car is an all-wheel drive car, and if you look online, there's like one company that makes a set of headers for this, and they're long tubes, but we don't want long tubes. The customer doesn't want long tubes. It's a clearance thing. This thing's got coilovers on it, and it sits really low to the ground. So I'm going to stick them on there and see if they fit. But I also got the ARP hardware to go on them. Those are for an older car. But if you look at the outlets on this car, they look very similar to what that is. And I have the ability to change the exhaust if I need to, which we're going to be cutting off the mufflers. Not the mufflers, the resonators, and putting pipes in there. But here's what's pretty much all in the kit. I added some stuff, but this is the gist of it. There's your Hellcat lifters. And then there's a stock cam and a gasket kit. Your head bolts. Your plugs for your solenoids. Got a crank bolt. Crank seal. Timing cover seal. And then you get this in the box. Basically what you do is you open the box, scan the QR code, install the app on your phone, let it update, do all the things, and then this thing will do its updates. You read the file through the app on your phone and just tell Throttle Republic, who's doing the tune for BTR, that you have the file on your phone, and once you link the phone to Throttle Republic, they can work on it, and it's only supposed to take a couple hours for them to send you a tune back. Now this is just a stock tune with the delete on it. There's no custom tuning involved here, but that's pretty much the gist of that. So I've already got the exhaust unbolted, and I'm going to start doing the rest of this, just tearing it apart. And if I think I need to, I'll stop and show you something. But other than that, we'll see what happens. Also got a Volant cold air intake to go on it. I got this one because it comes with a scoop that goes on the bottom here to pull air from under the bumper. And it's pretty heavy duty as far as the construction goes. It's not just some piece of metal with a seal on it. We'll give that a try. Little update here. Valve covers off, intake off. I'm working on getting water pump off, alternator, AC pump. Get this slid out of here, and we'll keep on rocking. Little tip when you're taking the water pump off: you take all the bolts off and it starts dripping. Just let it drip until it stops. That way you don't pull it off and it just gushes all over the place, and you get a less of a, just get a smaller mess, but you know. Get the water pump off. Fans out, rocker shafts and push rods are out. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get the radiator out. And O2's unplugged, exhaust pipes I did first thing before I started filming, and then just got the bolts in here to pull the heads off. All right, got this one side off. I stuck one of the headers in there, and it's for the first generation 300 rear wheel drive. This car is all wheel drive. I set it in there, and it's got plenty of room for this motor mount and whatever's going on in there. The pipes do this up sweep, and I think that's gonna work. And the other side, see how that pipe goes up. That motor mount sits literally right there. So I think it's gonna be okay, which is badass. Because those are pricey. But we'll see soon once I get it back on. Get this other side off. This alternator is a son of a gun. That wasn't bad getting off. You gotta pull the stud out that this hole has in it instead of just taking the nut off, because it won't slide all the way off of there. But keep it going. I just want to point out that there was nothing actually wrong with this car. It wasn't ticking. It wasn't making any noise when it drove here. The guy was driving it every day, and he's doing this delete to prevent the inevitable lifter failure. Look at this set of lifters here. Look how this one has totally lost its shine on that roller. This type of stuff, look, this is normal to me. Some scuffing, maybe, it idled for a really long time. These are splash lubricated, and these Hemis that idle, don't like to, well, they do. They just, if they sit for a really long time at idle, they kind of starve for oil on these rollers. That one is like totally, looks like somebody ran Scotch-Brite over it. And then this set, look at this one. This one was starting to delaminate like they do. I've seen these come out with huge pits in them. That one's starting to do it. That one's doing it a little bit. That one's starting to do it. So the whole point of doing this is to prevent one of these failing and putting metal through the whole engine. Then, you don't gotta, there's really no point in tearing it all the way down when you get to it before it fails. So this is the whole point of this kit right here. Well, not right here, but the kit that we're putting in it. Right in the trash. All right, check it. So these are always a problem. Go to pull the solenoids out, top brakes off. Get in here with a screwdriver. Scrape those edges all the way around. Okay. Scrape them out real good. Get a hammer. Tap it till it starts turning. It'll start turning. And just keep turning it like that and scoop it against the block. Keep doing that. scoop it out. Keep turning it. Keep turning it. Pull up on it as you're scooping it, spinning it. That son of a bitch should come right out of there. Give it a little. You can. Oh, come on! I just did it. Don't do that. You don't want pieces flying in your blocker. Sometimes you try a little less hard, it works better. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Give it the business. Oh, yeah. There you have it. You can get the rest of the pieces out. These plastic things are just, I mean, they're just freaking garbage. You already know that. Get in there. It's not going to fall through or anything. But you don't want to break this apart in the hole. You get a different pick. There it is. And then while the hole's still all nice and lubricated, just make sure the dirt's not falling in there. Take your new plug. Work it around a little bit. Give it the business. It's not wanting the business. Grease it up. Give it the little bit of rocking motion there. Get her in there. Put a little tension on it. Give it a couple taps. Oh, that was good. Tight fit, nice and tight. That's a thumbs up. Talk about some serious luck. Alright, I got everything wire wheeled off, ready for the head gaskets to go on. I'm going to wipe these out, get those cleaned out before I stick the lifters in there. When you pull a new camshaft out of the box, you'll get like little debris. See all the little furry paper furries on there? Just take some brake clean, squirt it through the front of all these holes, and then blow it out with some air. Rinse this off with some brake clean. You can use hot water and soap too, and get it ready to go in. I got this off Amazon. Stick this gauge right on the top of that piston. I'll show you what I got here. Okay. See, it's moving down. Come back the other way. You want to get it on zero right when it starts moving down. Which should be right there. That's where I'm going to leave it when I go to line these marks back up. Try to put you where you can see it here. That's how I'm going to determine top dead center, or my bottom mark. There's also a couple things you need to look for when it goes back on up top. Also, you can look down here. Your crank key should be in the 2 o'clock position. And I can feel the slot there. It's about in the 2 o'clock position. We're going to eyeball this to get it about back where I think that tooth is going to line up. Which I think is going to be right there. Get this big behemoth in there. Try to just line it up with the dot you made. Make sure it's over both the guides. Just like that. I want to make sure it's centered in there. Now, when you take the tension off of this, chain tensioner, this dot should still be lined up straight with the mark that you made. And honestly, you really don't even need that paint mark. There's a mark on it, and it's real easy to tell where 2 o'clock and 12 o'clock is on this cam here. Or gear, anyway. My dial indicator is still at very tippy top dead center, I guess, if you want to call that. That's what I'm going to go with. If you're not sure, just do a full rotation and see if it lines up still. Stick these things in there. You're going to lube them up with this. Now, I have in the past primed these, left them in a bunch of oil overnight, and other times I've just stuck them right in there. And I'm going to stick these right out of the bag into the engine, because when we go to crank this over, I'm going to crank it over a bunch before it starts anyway. Enough that it's going to fill these lifter bores in the VVT sprocket chamber, so it doesn't rattle when I start it up. You can pre-soak them and do that, but you really should just crank it over a bunch anyway before you start it for the first time. So get these in there. Clean up some parts so we can get those installed. And take these manifolds off and bolt the headers on before the heads go on, because there's zero room to get in there, especially to get the header bolts. So probably time lapse that. Talk about a tight fit. Woo! Sweet. Now for the other side. Great. Now I'm gonna torque all that down. 24 foot-pounds, 40, and then another 90 degrees, which usually ends up around 65 to 70 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna do that. Get all your rocker shafts on there, get all the bolts almost snug. And you gotta work your way inside out till you get them all down nice and flush. And then once you get them all on, before you tighten them down for the final time, turn the engine over a bunch of times and re-torque all of them inside to outside. And that's good to go. When you're trying to get this valve cover on, stick this hammer back here to push that harness up out of the way so you can get that freaking thing in there. Or else it's damn near impossible to get it in there without messing up your new gasket. Alright, so I got it just to the point where I can crank it over, get a bunch of oil pumped through it, make sure the lifters are pumped up and everything, and then if it sounds good and it's cranking over normal, then I'll plug the injectors in and let it just fire up for a second. And if it sounds good, then I'm going to put the rest of it back together. Do this a few times. So I just fired it up. It's open header, but I'll obviously take another video of it when I get it exhaust put on it and put back together, and then I'll show you the tune download. So I must keep putting the accessories back on the front, do all that, put the radiator back in, put the bumper on, and all I gotta do is bolt the exhaust onto the headers. And I don't think you guys really need to see that. There's nothing special there, nothing you really need to see. I did crank it over a bunch and fire it up for a few seconds. Everything sounds fine. And we'll go from there. So the dial indicator trick worked. I got a header leak that I gotta find, but it's running good. So after you get it plugged in, follow the directions in the box. You read the car, it'll save into your app. And when you link tuners with the code that they give you, as soon as you read it and it saves into the phone app, the tuner can see it. And then all they have to do is tweak it, and then they will send you a new one. And it only took a couple hours. So by the time you get that, you'll resync your interface in the settings of the app. And mine came back named tuned. You'll load it in, probably have to go through the update a couple times, which takes like 10 or 15 minutes. Load in the tune, and you can start the car before you load the tune in, just to see if everything works. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If it helped in any way at all, like the video, comment on it, tell me if I did what I did wrong, if you think I did it wrong or right or whatever, and maybe follow the channel. I appreciate it, guys.